Hello everyone, welcome to episode 14. I know, 3 in one day. What are the odds? I've done a lot of mining and digging and whatnot between this episode and last in the Twilight Forest. Mostly that giant hut that you saw me nearby. I found a couple more of them, and they're well, let's see here. As you can see, they have giant cobblestone. Well, you can use giant cobblestone not only to make giant's picks and stuff like that, but each block counts as a stack of cobble. So, with that, I managed to make a reinforced watering can. Now, some of you may not get why that's such an awesome thing. Well, that's understandable. But, let me show you why it's so cool. You might also have noticed I've got a lot of experience. Yeah, that's because of this. My little Essence Orberry farm. And now to show you just how awesome this is. Reinforced watering can makes things grow really, really fast and in a very wide area. From what I've read, it can also be used with things like the thermal expansion autonomous activator and things like that. So you can automate watering. You cannot do that with the regular cans. They will break. But reinforced ones do not care. However, just like the regular ones, they will put out any fires they touch. So if you're running things off a steam engine, like I am, it's a good idea to make sure the area of effect isn't anywhere near the fire, so you don't accidentally put it out and ruin things. And you can see the canola growing on the left-hand side there, growing really, really quick. That's what we like to see here. Lots of fast-growing canola for lots and lots of lube. As you can see, we've got, and it'll also spawn flowers as well, which is handy if you happen to want some dyes or something. You just water an area of regular old, grass and get flowers. But might see my health bar and notice it's a heart low. Well, you have to sacrifice at least 1 heart of health to make it, to make the reinforced watering can. And why? Because of the soul fragment. You put it in your own little personal crafting grid in your inventory, or you put an etheric sword in there, and you get a soul fragment at the cost of 1 full heart of maximum health. And yes, unstable ingots. I made some. Actually, I didn't. I only made a couple of unstable nuggets. It costs more in terms of diamond, but it also, it makes stable unstable ingots so they don't, blow up if you leave the crafting grid or something like that. And yes, I have a division sigil, an active division sigil. Good times. So, with that out of the way, let's see. Yeah, that's an awful lot of crap then. And there we go. Because that annoys me. So we need some tin. Why do we need tin? To make more cans. And why do we need to make more cans? Well, because otherwise our little coke oven here will get full of creosote very quickly. And that's not something we want. Besides which, we can use the creosote to make various and sundry little things. That will be useful to... that may be useful to us later on. And at any rate, always good to have. It's a decent enough liquid fuel for various things. As you can see, I do still have, I still have some nether quartz. I do have the etheric sword. It does, I think it does one more damage than a diamond sword, and that one bit of damage was from me crafting a soul fragment. It doesn't take damage, you know, during combat or anything. So, what do we need to work on this episode? Well, we need, actually, to work on a spawning room. A room to spawn mobs in, have them automatically killed, and to, you know, get their drops and what's this. And there are several ways we can do that. The spawning, we've already got that settled. We'll have that being controlled by the Ender IO powered spawners we made earlier. And as for the killing, I believe there's actually a rotary craft solution for that. Let's see here. I think it's under farming. Auto breeder, bait box, controller, sprinkler, cutter, mob harvester. As you see, it's not terribly expensive. You need to make a heater, which again I don't think is very expensive. And it will deal damage depending on how much power you give it. And as you can see, it's kind of complicated in how you craft it, but let's see. I'll be back in just a minute, and I can calculate a few things for you. There we go. And we're back. I got my little graphing calculator here. You can't see it, but let's see here. Okay. Base 2 logarithms, so we want log 2 plus power over 4096. Power to the 6th over log 10. And that should... Yep. Alright then. Now, how much power should we give this to deal? The amount of damage we will need. And I think that's in just raw, like, points of damage. So, you know, 1 point of damage is half a heart. And it needs a minimum of 4,096 watts. So, 4 DC engines would do it. A single wind turbine. Steam engine would be overkill, but, you know. Nothing wrong with overkill. So, let's see here. 16,384. Let's go to our table. So that's 4 damage. That's not that much for a steam engine. What about AC electrics? We can make the we can make shaft cores magnetized real easy. So let's see here. 131072. That's 9 damage a hit. That's not bad actually. So we may do AC engine. Or there are also other options. There's of course the normal option of, you know, pushing them into something. Let's see here. Spikes. Spikes. I believe, yes. Spikes. Iron spikes from extra utilities. Spikes will not destroy items, and they will drop rare items but not experience. That's not really much of a problem for us. So those actually might be a better choice. They don't require power, they deal damage, and we can push some mobs into them with something like a fan, either from, I think, open blocks or, you know, rotary craft, something like that. And we can just, you know, make a small room to power them up with. Supply power to activate, blah blah blah. Increase speed and storage. Okay, so nothing terribly exciting there. I'll get some stuff ready and I'll be back in just a minute. Alrighty, and I've decided on a design. We're going to use a combination of the spikes from extra utilities, open blocks fans, and an item collector from random things, an advanced item collector. The great thing about that is that the advanced item collector, you can set its range, and also, what specific items it will pick up, which makes it really handy. It gathers them from any area. It doesn't like draw them in, so you don't have to worry about items actually moving. They just kind of go to where they need to go. So we've got our interface. We're going to store these. Actually, I think I'm going to need storage buses, and 2 of them, as a matter of fact. So I'm going to need to make another logic thingy. Silicon and the silicon press. I need a piece of gold and a bit of redstone. So we got those, and we've already got one interface, or our main interface rather. So we've got the silicon press. How many? Okay, we've got plenty of annihilation cores. That's not a problem. So we're inscribing our little... Thankfully, it doesn't take too terribly long to make the chips. So it's not a real time-consuming task. It's honestly just kind of annoying. Let's see here. Okay, that's right. I put that in there. So we're gonna make ourselves a formation core, or rather a set of them, and then one more interface. And I should have both sticky and regular pistons. There we go. And we'll get a blaze rod, and I think I have a magma creme. Yep, there we go. Gonna need some more friggin' cables. Give me just a couple of minutes. I'm gonna go craft some things off screen, so I don't bug you guys. I'll be back again, just a little bit, making some cables. There we go. That should be enough glass cables. So we're gonna go downstairs here. Where to put it? Let's see here. These are all maxed. These areas are maxed out. So why don't we... that's only got one device on it, I believe, which is the storage bus there. So we could dig out here. Let's see, where's our cable? Cable is there. Okay. As well as our power line. Good. And we're gonna switch this to fast mode. Yeah, there we go. Now we're cooking with gas. God, I love this thing. Yeah, and there's a little bit down there that I haven't gotten. There we go. And let's just fly up, fill this hole in. And because I don't believe in half measures, we're filling it in all the way. So, let's make sure I can tell where things are going to spawn. And we're going to dig until about right here, I think is good. We got our cobble. There we go. Fly on up here, even though technically I don't need to. But, whatever. Just because I don't need to doesn't mean I won't. And, tart this up a little bit. Make it pretty. Or at least uniform. So, let's to normal mode. So I don't accidentally, break massive amounts of shit. Which we don't want to do. And There we go. Again, I'm not really an aesthetic builder, but at the same time, I do care about, things being uniform, at least. Let me dig out this room, and I shall return to you. There we go, all nice and dug out. And lit up, so nothing can spawn in there, or at least not naturally. So, we're going to, since this is going to be a pretty dangerous area, we're going to give it a door. And just for good measure, some torches there, and we're going to pop upstairs. So, there we go. Now I'm going to store the cobble in there. Get this rubbish. And store this, because we do not need it. And since this is all ores that needs to be processed, we'll put it right in here. Now then, let's re-energify here. And yes, that's a word. And max that out. Resonant flux thingy is maxed out. So, door. Derp. Let's get some planks. Doesn't need to be a fancy door, just a working door. You know me, I'm a good working door. So, we go downstairs. There's boing, up, and boing. And then as an emergency in case I need to run away. So, now then, how exactly are we going to do this? Actually, I should probably put the door closer to... Damn it. I should put the door right here to make it all nice and even. No. Yes, there we go. And then a pressure plate, click, and door. There we are. Excellent. So, what we gonna do? Well, number one, let's turn on spawn seeing mode thingy. More torches. We're gonna move this back. Hopefully moving these one in won't... They don't seem to be hurting anything. There will be spikes there, so it won't really matter. In fact, there we go. There we go. Ow, ow. Yes, they work. Okay, so I'm going to need more of those. Thankfully, not too expensive. A little bit hard on the iron, but we're recouping a lot of what we've lost, so it's not going to be as much of an issue. So, we're going to need 3 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 swords. So we can make 16 more. 2, 3, 4 sets of spikes. There we go. Yes. And then back downstairs. Boing. Yeah, I know, those cables are uncovered. I'll get to that in a moment. And there we go. And we got a couple of spikes to spare. That way anything pushed into these walls will be dead. In rather short order. Now then. Up. Got those stored. Let's get our powered spawners. Actually, let's get a lever, of which I have none. Wonderful. No, that's netherrack. Lever, bit of cobble. There we go. And actually, let's get let's get some, let's see here, green will be on, of course, so I'm gonna need some green Illamar, my god, which we can't make. Wunderbar. So, I'm going to go in search of green dye. I'll be back in a few minutes. Alrighty, and back. I completely forgot that, Botania's flowers can have their little petal thingies that you get from crafting them ground up via its mortar and pestle into a form of green dye. That's not the one I'm looking for. Mystical green. There we go. Use mystical green petals. Mortar and pestle. Stick, plank, bowl. Easy enough. So we grab that. That should be what we can do to make Illamar. Actually. Huh. Use it to make pipe sealant. So yeah, we can get one more of those flowers. More pestle them. That should be able to give us 2 bits of green Lumar we need. Excellent. Let's see here. Okay. Tulip. Redstone, take me home. This is inconvenient. How can I get red? Poppies. Let's say I should have a couple of poppies. Alright, sweet. That should get us red Lumar. So, let's see here. Lamp will be, we'll want the inverted red lamp and the regular green lamp. Inverted lamps will show their color, or will shine when not receiving a redstone signal, and regular ones require a redstone signal to shine. So that is not at all what I'm looking for. That is mirror culture. So cyan, yellow, lime. There we go, green. Green Lumar. And let's see here. Red alloy ingots. Make red alloy wires, of course. Let's see here. Red iron compound. Very expensive. Or slightly less expensive. I wonder which I'll go for. Let me get all this made up and I'll be back. Alright. Got some of our red alloy wire. Now then, we will need a bunch more facades and all this. So, I got a saw around here somewheres. Let's get 16 of them, why not? That'll give us 32 panels. That'll give us a stack of covers. Good. So we go downstairs, get our facades out for our ME cables. And we'll just kind of put one there, there, and there. And now, we need to set up our little redstone signal sendy thingy. So, we're going to get our red lamp, put it on top. Actually, let's put it on bottom. Green lamp will be on top. And then if we get that and our lever, that'll mean it's active. And our lever's right there, so we can run red alloy wire. And let's actually get one of our covers. Put it on the lamp so it doesn't send a signal to it. There we go. Alright, and it's working. So now I got a basic indicator of when this thing is working. Excuse me. Okay. Now then, we're going to need to place one of our powered spawners here. Doesn't really matter which one. Another one there. And it'll be active with signal. That way, you don't have it just constantly running. Just in case, we need to stop it for any reason, like it's getting gummed up or something like that. So, we're going to run our cable this way for our redstone control. And this is where flight comes in handy. Boing. Huh? Okay. Oh, copper. Go on there. Yeah. Big scary zombo. And that should send the redstone signal to it. So we'll just kind of run this way. There we go. And we'll seal it up so no one's got to see it to believe it. No, alright. Now then. How am I gonna do that? Well, yeah, I could just go to the floor. That doesn't really matter all that much. Let's see, that's the cable facade for the ME network. So we can run power over here. There we go. Make things a little bit prettier. So that will be our ME linkage. This will be our power linkage. Oh, whoops. Turbination. Let's, meh, whatever. Yeah, that works. And then we'll get our advanced universal cables. And so long as these things aren't receiving a redstone signal, they should not function. Yeah, and see, requires 320 RF a tick. This one requires 800. So blazes are very expensive, as are magma cubes aren't extremely expensive, but they're not cheap. So we're gonna pretty this up here. And then, let's say right here we'll have our interface. You can see it already kind of starting to take shape. And we'll just kind of run our ME cable along here. And we'll put our item collector. We'll need to I forgot to make a filter for it, so we'll need to do that as well. But we're going to run our cable along here. No, that's not what I meant. And we'll get our facades. And excuse the friggin' honking you may have heard. There's somebody outside not knowing how to knock on an effing door. And I think you can also use you can use regular covers on them too if you want. I was just using the facades because they were there. So we put our proper cobblestone there, and look, it's all not, covered in crap. So, actually, I'm going to need to run a few more things. So, I'll be back in just a tick. Return! needed to get some more cables, because I'm going to need to run them around here to also run the fan. I had forgotten about that. So we've got our red alloy wiring here, or rather our fans, plural. And we've also, yes, we need to install the item filter in our thing here. Bam! Nice and simple. And we'll set this to radius of 5, 5, 3. That should work just fine. Now then, we're going to want a fan here. I probably made more fans than I really need, but you know, always better to make more than what you need than to, you know, be wanting. So we're gonna dig around here. And 1, 2, oh, it's not even, but who cares? I am beyond the point of giving a shit with this. Because I'm tired of the build, but, you know, at some point you gotta learn to chillax. So, we'll lead our cable this way. And yes, that's doing it right. So we're leading it right to the fan. We're going to get our covers. Put one there. And fan. That's not the prettiest thing in the world, but meh. You won't be really going into this room very much, so we don't really need to worry about prettying it up all that much, honestly. Cover all this up. This is mostly so the blazes and whatnot have nowhere to hide. So, yeah, that. We should be able to then put the cobble down without interfering with anything. Excellent. So, let's test it, shall we? Okay, magnet mode's off. Everything is active. And they're getting pushed. They should be. Or not, for some reason. Huh. Oh well! That's what I got this for. Boing. Meh. Not terribly important. Hup, hup, and dead. Yeah, okay. I don't know why those didn't turn on. They should. Huh. That's odd, because they should be receiving a redstone signal from them. Let me do a little debugging here real fast. Alright, there we go. Bit brute force, but who cares? Look inside here. Yeah, he's gonna shoot us, but whatever. I just have regular old, things. Regular old levers on the fans. And they should be getting pushed. Or not. What the hell? Why you no work? Oh well. I think I'm running out of time for this episode anyway, so really I do need to wrap this up here. So I'll be debugging this between this episode and next, so you guys don't don't have to worry about BS. And so I don't have to worry about it either, because this is kind of annoying. So I'll probably just spam a lot of fans or something. I'll find a way to force them over here eventually. Actually, flowing water might work. I'm not sure if that would destroy the item collector, but it's worth a shot. So, between this episode and next, I should have this thing completely debugged and we'll have fewer problems with it in the future. So, this is me signing off for now. Again, I'll catch you guys later, and have fun out there.